This two-day stop brings us to the Sandy Valley Cardinals football stadium, brought to you by Haas's Body Shop. And Adam, one of these facilities we always like coming to because Coach Gamble and his staff is just top-notch, class act, always have doors open for us.
Absolutely. It's always a fun time coming up here. And one thing you know that you're going to get when you come to Sandy Valley is an excited Brian Gamble. And I'm expecting nothing less than that today.
Yeah, Coach Gamble, he likes to talk, and he kind of makes our jobs easy, but sometimes he takes up a little too much radio time, and it annoys Chris Kale. But at the end of the day, just it's one of these facilities here that they do a great job with their athletics up here, and the football team was very good for years. They've kind of been on the down the last couple of years, but a lot of youth here, and we're going to find out what Coach Gamble has to say about this 2025 season. We're now joined with Sandy Valley head football coach Brian Gamble. And Coach, the 2025 season has got here, and things are looking good up here. It looks like you got some nice numbers this year for the Cardinals.
Yeah, our guys are, they're working hard. That's one thing I can ask for, and that's one thing I'm getting out of them is that they are working extremely hard. Throughout the gate, throughout our off season, everything that we pushed them through, they've really checked those boxes, so to speak. And I thought they did a really nice job to this point in time. We have it's a younger team, and that's okay. I think we have around 4 seniors. But again, I think but with this youth movement, I know they're fun and they're exciting. You know what I mean? So they're a lot of fun to coach.
Yeah, Coach. A lot of people say they always call it a rebuilding year, and it's the thing about high school sports. You graduate a class, a new class comes in. So the younger kids, they're just going to get a lot more playing time, and they got to find a way to find a spot on the field, and you guys will coach them up, and they just have to listen.
That's exactly it. I mean, if they if we are our job as coaches to coach the guys that we have, and and they're getting that, and they're responding to it. There's one thing to get coached, but there's another thing to actually be coachable. And these guys are very coachable. And they're taking the tutelage and the knowledge and everything that we're giving them, and they're doing a real good job with that.
Yeah, and like I said, you got a couple very small senior class come back, but you have some key youngsters coming back and some key veterans come back. And who's some of the kids that we need to look out for this year as this season goes on.
Well, so I think it starts with our 4 captains. Our 4 captains are led by 3 seniors and 1 junior. Both of our tackles, Joey DeBellis and Jake Gillen. Those guys are they're big and they're strong and they're physical. We're really going to lean on those guys up front. They're going to try to go. We have rotator guys going in on defense, but I think those 2 guys are going to be very impactful for us. Then Gino Tozy, he's a wide receiver, defensive back. Again, he's a guy that's a great weapon for us and a guy that knows how to operate in space. And then our junior, our quarterback, dual threat quarterback, Caleb Dubner. Again, he's at 6'3" now. He's grown a little bit and he's filling out a little bit, and he's throwing the ball really well, making some nice reads. He's a really nice weapon for us, and again, he's doing a really good job. I think those our 4 captains right now are very, very impactful. And you got guys like Natch Overly, our starting tailback. He's got some carries last year. Up and coming guys, like Graham Lewis, I think is another receiver that could help us, and Chase Helwig, another receiver that's going to help us, and then some guys up front, guys up front, guys like Cage Stout, I think is going to be a problem for teams. He's a really, really nice two-way player for us, and then Caden Sanders, another one at D end and can run the ball a little bit too. Those guys there can make a high impact on our team.
Yeah, Coach, it sounds like you're very excited about a lot of the athletes on your team. Not a whole lot of change in your schedule. Dropped a couple, picked up a couple. The first half of that schedule is the kids are going to have to find out where they're at, because that second half of that schedule, you're playing one of the toughest conferences in the state, in that IVC, and you're going to find out real quick, how much improvement they've made.
That's right. That's why we try to schedule what we schedule, because again, the back half of our schedule is legit. We have our reigning D4 state champions with Indian Valley, and obviously Garraway and Ridgewood are well coached, well established programs. Guys have been head coaches that all been there. All those 3 have been there for over 20, 25 plus years. So again, it's for us, we're trying to gain ground on that. We're trying to gain ground on that. So that's something that we're trying to establish here at Sandy Valley, and stability. I think that's key for us, is stability, and getting through our culture and getting through our routines and what we do. I think that helps us throughout that the whole process of a season and an off season. And as far as our non-leagues, we have tough challenges with that too. When you talk about fairless, well-coached team, and a team that we have to we're playing on a Thursday night. We're excited about in Navarre, Ohio, and you have Manchester, who went from 1-9 to 9-1. We know that story, and again another team that's going to be ready to go there. And like I said, our other conference games with East Canton and Minerva and Strasburg, all those teams are all going to be well coached. And like I said, it's every time that we go to bat here and on Friday or Thursday nights, we got to bring it. We know that. So it's going to be important for us that again, for us to just take one day at a time and one step at a time.
Coach, well, everybody at Big Z Sports wishes you good luck in 2025. We always enjoy having you call in the station, show up our shows, because you're a class act, and we've actually started a tradition with Sandy Valley football. That Thursday night game, we love covering it, and we'll be with you on week 1. So good luck, Coach.
Well, I appreciate it, and thanks for all your coverage and everything you guys do for high school sports. It's great for the kids. It's great for just everyone around this area. So I appreciate everything, and go Cards.
That's head coach Brian Gamble. Well, Adam, just like we figured, Coach Gamble was going to talk about that youth movement here. He's got a very small senior class, only 4 seniors coming out this year. But he said his kids, they got the fight in them. They're excited for this season, and the coaching staff looks like they're very excited for this season.
Absolutely. It's a part of high school sports. I mean, obviously there's programs that don't deal with it quite as much, but there's still a lot that do. And there's just years where you have that very, very small senior class, but your underclassmen is where your numbers are. And all they're going to be doing is getting experience. And with Coach Gamble and his staff, they're going to be ready to to put the helmets on and play every Friday night. And I'm excited to see what they're going to bring to the table here in 2025.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see what they do. The kids do a great job responding to this coaching staff up here. The coaches will get them ready, and you'll be able to catch that game on Big Z Sports, they're actually on the road with Fairless on week 1 on Thursday night. So make sure you tune in to Big Z Sports. This was the Sandy Valley Two-A-Day, brought to you by Haas's Body Shop. Big Z Sports will be at the next stop.